Sawamatsu. But let's go back to center court, where Guy Forget, up a break in the fifth, serves at 3-2. And this highly partisan audience around this historic court rooting for a Bates break to get even in this decisive fifth.
To save the old motel. Come on, Batesy. Once Forget escaped the match point, as we look at it once more, he has been playing just about like this. Sharp, close to the net for the volley. Very agile and moving back for the smash. Guy Forget, whose fame is made forever in France in that magnificent Davis Cup final round victory over the United States in November in Lyon. He and Henri Lecomte, the first left-handed pair ever to win the Cup. He lost to Andre Agassi the first day, but Lecomte beat Pete Sampras, then both of them beat Flack and Seguso, and this man wound it up against Sampras in a real thriller as France just exploded with ecstasy. Oh,
classic serve and volley to 40-love. Remember, the winner of this match will meet John McEnroe in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. McEnroe threw safely today against Andre Olhovsky in 3 sets, the third set a tie break. And one of the big stories, certainly, of the '92 championships. Bates, for the English, is the biggest, but he's in trouble now. After having a glorious chance to win it in 4, and, of course, the reputation of years of the British players having a chance to win and then fading, unable to hold it. Also, perhaps in the minds of many of those here at center court, and hopefully not in the back of the mind of this man, that they cheer Bates.
Well, if you're a McEnroe fan, you better cheer for Bates. Forget, always a marvelous talent. Saw him as a teenager. He could hit everything, but it took him a long time to believe in himself.
Picking on the second ball, Bates with a solid return winner.
Banged right into it. He was a foot inside the baseline and took it right off the turf.
40-30, a point from 4-2 for Forget, who was the world junior champion in '81, native of Casablanca.
Oh.
So 2 terrific returns from Bates to get even. Hope is alive for England.
From 40-love.
Go, go. Forget with 29 aces in this match. To 2 in the fifth. We'll return live to Wimbledon after this. Welcome back. Guy Forget, 2 games from victory. Jeremy Bates won the first 2 points in his serve, and Forget a couple of wicked returns, and it's 30-all.
Bates had the match point that will haunt the United Kingdom back in the 4th set.
Fault is the call. The noise of the airplane overhead drowning out that announcement. Picking on that short second serve.
That was almost identical to the second serve that he offered on match point with a 5-4 lead in the 4th set, and Forget blasted it just like that. Oh. Oh. This is a magnificent point. Low ball, and Bates does well to keep it in play and to retrieve this top spinning lob and get down for this. But Forget now always has one more shot in his quiver.
And a point to go 5-2 and serve for the match.
Oh. One 113th ranked in the world, Jeremy. Recent years, the only way English players have gotten into the tournaments is on a pass, unless they wanted to buy their way in to watch wild cards. But Jeremy earned it this year with a 113 ranking and the 128 draw.
Now, will he put a bit more on this second serve to Forget?
Put something on it. Not enough.
Batting practice on that second ball for Forget. Jeremy Bates led 2-1 and served for the match in the 4th set. At a match point, Forget rallies, and now he's up a break.
Ooh.
Advantage Bates.
It's not for lack of support, if anything, for Bates. This success of the first week has been a burden. Everybody wanting him, wanting so much.
Well, they love Bates in the village he comes from, Solihull, near Birmingham. He goes back once in a while to play for his old club team. Ooh, that second serve is killing him.
Just almost automatic that Forget a clean service return winner on the second ball. 4th deuce of this game. 4:45 London time. You're watching live from Wimbledon. all this week, 11:30, 11:35 in the evening. You'll get a complete wrap-up of Wimbledon 92, so please join us then for all the scores, the top plays of the day.
Advantage Bates.
And we'll have coverage Wednesday of the men's quarterfinals. The winner of this will beat McEnroe. That'll be one of the feature matches on Wednesday. Then Thursday, the women's semis. Friday, we'll have complete coverage of the men's semifinals. Then live, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturday, Sunday morning, breakfast at Wimbledon for the championships.
Mm.
It took some time, but Bates keeps the pressure on. We'll be back at Wimbledon after these words from your local station. We're back live at center court. Forget and Bates in a battle. Forget up a break, 4-3. Let's take a peek at court 1, where the defending champion Steffi Graf has just sent Patty Fendick, former Stanford All-America, down. They're in the first set there. Graf 2-1 on serve, 15 all. Now out to court 2. Jennifer Capriati in the decisive third set won the first 3 games. But now Salmatz has rallied and won the last 4. So the Japanese teenager trying to produce her own Cinderella story. And it seems every year the Japanese contingent advances farther and farther. They have a lot of fine young players, and here's one of them, and she's in the lead 4-3. Now back to center court. Forget serving 30 love. 4-3 in the 5th.
40 love.
And Bates unable to find a crack in Forget's service game.
Game Forget.
His 31st ace, the Wimbledon recorded record, is 42 by a Brit, John Fever.
5 games to 3.
And now Forget a game from victory as Jeremy Bates endeavors to extend the match.
31 aces. Goran Ivanisevic had 34 the other day against Mark Woodford. And Fever had 42 against John Newcomb in 1976 and didn't win the match. He said, that's the only thing anybody ever remembers me for, and I didn't win the match.
And the Nuke had fun with it, huh?
Oh, he did. He'd look over at Mike Lupica and me, and he'd say, how many's he got now?
Service.
We're sitting right next to the court.
Fifth set, 3-5, 15 love.
Somehow the English sighs here are more soulful for their players. You made them sigh a lot when you played Virginia Wade. Chrissy did, yeah.
They've had a lot of practice, sadly. The fact of the matter is, should Jeremy Bates not extend the British hopes today with a victory, he's had a marvelous tournament, and after all, you matched number 113 against one of the top 10 players in the world. He wasn't expected to win today. They tried to hope him to victory, and he's still there on hallowed center court, a debut as a singles player.
Well, British players labor a little bit unfairly because all the sports writers, and as we see this wonderful return by 4J, just meeting the ball, deride the British tennis players, compare them with British heavyweights and that sort of thing. There aren't many British tennis players. Wimbledon is a great occasion, but this isn't a great tennis country. It's a very minor sport here. But everybody expects the Brits to do well in this country just because of Wimbledon. And Wimbledon adds the weight to their shoulders, and he has done exceedingly well to get this far. Britain is not a tennis country, despite having the #1 tournament. Oh, boy. Boy, the seconds. Get it out of your hand. Give him the ball and let him hit bungos.
You could have returned that for a winner.
Boy.
Well, that was about halfway in the service court, and a nice soft bounce about waist high down the middle. You heard the applause over in court 1 in the background. Patty Fendick breaking Steffi Graf, leads 3-2 now in the first.
Advantage Bates.
Oh, Fendick, the 27-year-old Californian.
What happened to her baseball cap?
I don't know. That's kind of what attracted to me to her a few years ago. And now all the men are wearing the ball caps. I think they've pilfered hers. And Capriati now with a break point against Sauermatz to get back even at 4-all out on court 2.
Sauermatz had a game point.
Deuce.
Boy, it would just figure at this point, Bates realizing that one second ball after another is just returned for such clean winners from Forget that he'd try something different.
Change up. He's got a spin of the ball
double
and kicker or something. Yeah, that would be a change.
That's what I do when they beat up on me. Just double fault. So there.
Don't let him hit it.
Oh, marvelous return there. For break point Forget again. And now Forget a point from victory at 3-5. Guy Forget rallies from 2 sets to 1 down. They rise at 1 at center court to salute not only the victor, but to say thank you to Jeremy Bates. He made it a touch of Cinderella for an entire country for a whole week, plus this Monday.
6-3.
And was so close to making it to the quarterfinals. Forget 6-3 in the 5th. Royal Box with their own salute. Jeremy Bates, thank you for making Wimbledon special for a lot of folks.